Jerry Jones sends sinister message to the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Dallas Cowboys Jerry Jones sends a big message in pursuit of a Super Bowl. Typically, this is a positive day on the NFL calendar. The Super Bowl is over. The final page to the 2023 season has turned. Records default to 0-0, the playing field level entering an offseason highlighted by the March 13 start of free agency and April 25-27 draft. A fresh start. 2 words from Jerry Jones tweak the tone in Dallas. All in. The Cowboys owner adopted that loaded phrase January 30th when discussing his team's offseason approach at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Allin. With it, he raised expectations as to the measures the front office will take in order to achieve a decades-overdue playoff breakthrough. The months ahead now seem a setup for disappointment. There is a real chance all in proves to be all talk. Jones neither defined the 2-word phrase nor was he first to raise it. A reporter used the term when asking Jones if there was any consideration to become more present-minded, that is, less concerned about future salary cap ramifications when constructing the 2024 roster, including through free agency. I would anticipate, with looking ahead at our key contracts that we'd like to address, we'll be all in, Jones said. I would anticipate we'll be all in at the end of this year. So when you say, is there any thought? I think we'll strain. We'll push the hell out of it. Jones can speak in labyrinths. Rather clearly here, he appeared to reference contracts for players already on the Cowboys roster. CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons could become the highest-paid wide receiver and defender in NFL history, respectively. Quarterback Dak Prescott is a candidate for an extension that would place him at or among the highest-paid quarterbacks in league history. Theoretically, Jones could do all 3 in the next 7 months. While those deals might qualify as all in to the person writing the checks, they alone wouldn't check the scorched earth roster maneuvering associated with the term. Jones was asked in a follow-up question if the philosophy he described is any different from years past. Well, yeah, it will be going all in on different people than you've done in the past, Jones said. We'll be going all in. We've seen some things out of some of the players that we want to be all in on. And yes, I would say that you'll see us. This coming year, not building for the future is the best way I know how to say it, and that ought to answer a lot of questions. It is easy to run with that final statement. Many did, including Parsons himself. Sitting here, they're talking about we're going all in this year, Parsons said January 31 on his Bleacher Report podcast. That's what I would hope for. I'm 24 years old. I've been in this league 3 years, and I've kind of seen it all. I hope that we go all in. I hope that we go out and get the players that we're missing because we didn't do that this year. Executive Vice President Stephen Jones took Jerry Jones's all-in comment in a different direction. He met with reporters at the Senior Bowl minutes after his father's remarks. We're always all in at this day and time, Stephen Jones said. We've been that way for 3 or 4 years. We've put 3 12-5 seasons together. We think we're close. Coach McCarthy has been very successful in the playoffs at Green Bay. He knows what it takes to have success in the playoffs. Obviously, we haven't done it here, but we think we're really close. Ultimately, there is no clear indication the Cowboys have made a seismic shift in the draft-first philosophy by which they've long constructed their roster. As last March showed, the mindset does allow space for veteran acquisitions such as cornerback Stephon Gilmore and wide receiver Brandin Cooks via trade. Anyone hanging on to Jerry Jones's all-in comments may consider loosening that grip. Believe it if it happens. Jerry is the GM and the owner, Vice President of Player Personnel Will McClay said. He wants to win. He wants to win for the fans, and he wants to win for all the guys that put into it. So, what is all in? We'll see. We have to go through it. We've all got our conditions that we work under, so now it's the magic of trying to figure out what those situations are so you can go all in, whatever your terms for all in are. I think what he meant by all in, we're going to turn over the stones. We're going to do what we've got to do to give us an opportunity. The second story is Cowboys predicted to bring back 5-time Pro Bowler for 2024 season. The Dallas Cowboys have several players set to test free agency, but they are now being predicted to bring back a key piece. Of all the moves last offseason, trading for corner Stephon Gilmore may have been their best, but his future in Dallas is not guaranteed. In fact, Dallas has yet to offer him a new contract. On March 13th, Gilmore will be free to sign with whoever. But now, Pro Football Network's John Fields is predicting that the Cowboys will bring him back. Darren Bland was an integral playmaker in the unit, but the veteran Gilmore also stepped up as a dependable option alongside Bland at corner, Fields wrote on February 25th. Gilmore may not still be at his Pro Bowl levels of years past, but he remained a strong contributor last year. Bringing back Gilmore makes plenty of sense for Dallas, allowing it to continue easing Diggs back in and have strong depth in the event of another serious injury within the unit in 2024. Gilmore was a welcome, steady presence for the Cowboys in 2023. In retrospect, Trevon Diggs' ACL tear only further highlighted how important the addition was. As the 2024 offseason starts, re-signing the five-time Pro Bowler feels like the right move. At 33 years old, there were concerns that Dallas was signing Gilmore too late. He made back-to-back All-Pro appearances in 2018 and 2019, but had only made 30 starts from 2020 through 2022. But Gilmore was as consistent as corners can be. According to Pro Football Reference, he allowed a QB rating of 82.7 and a completion percentage of 55.8%. With 13 passes defended and 2 interceptions, his 17 starts were the definition of solid. His tackling was also encouraging, as he finished with 54 solo tackles and a 5.6% missed tackle percentage. The Cowboys have benefited from the feast or famine approach that Diggs and Darren Bland take, but it's important to have a steadier hand in the secondary as well. Perhaps the icing on the cake for Gilmore's 2023 season was the lack of injuries. 2023 marked the first season that Gilmore appeared in every regular season game since 2019. All of these stats backing up Gilmore's 2023 season come with a literal price. That kind of corner play is hard to find, and Gilmore may have earned himself another 8-figure contract. SpotRack projects a one-year, $11.2 million deal for Gilmore in 2024, which may be out of Dallas's price range. The Cowboys are currently projected to be $3.2 million over the salary cap for 2024, so they need to make moves just to get under the cap. And considering that contracts for CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons are looming, money is even tighter. Paying Gilmore may just not be feasible, although they could maybe get him to accept a lesser deal. Gilmore is worth the money, but that kind of money for a player who may be the number 3 corner is risky. If Bland and Diggs are healthy and at their best, Gilmore is likely the odd man out. The third story is Dallas Cowboys still mum on linebacker Leighton Vander Esch's NFL future. Stephen Jones was not opposed to offering injury updates Tuesday, until he got to Leighton Vander Esch. Cornerback Trevon Diggs continues to progress from a torn ACL and is expected back for training camp. Same with linebacker DeMarvion Overshown and his ACL recovery. As for the Cowboys linebacker dealing with a career-threatening neck injury, Jones indicated that any available news was not for Jones to report. Leighton will speak to that, Jones said. Certainly an injury issue with him that, he's getting his hands around. Let him speak to that. On 2 occasions, the Cowboys' executive vice president respectfully passed on addressing Vander Esch and his NFL future. Vander Esch has yet to announce whether he'll resume his playing career. The organization has shown deference to the 28-year-old, allowing him to navigate the highly sensitive situation as he sees fit. Vander Esch earned a Pro Bowl selection in 2018 as rookie first-round pick. A bulging disc ended his second NFL season, prompting a fusion procedure in early 2020. He made a quick recovery and returned to start all 17 games in 2020, playing better football than when he left. But it was understood at the time that, if another neck surgery occurred, the second procedure would all but force Vander Esch to retire. He exited a Week 5 loss to the San Francisco 49ers and missed the season's remainder. The fact that Fox Sports' FS1 star attraction is the reprehensible Skip Bayless is a long-established embarrassment to anybody who values integrity, honesty, and ethics, journalistically and personally. And as a result of his platform, Anyone else who aspires to a big media stage while also being willing to sacrifice integrity, honesty, and ethics is sadly tempted to mimic Bayless's fraudulent style. Enter Craig Carton, who is continuing his credibility-free NFL reporting by informing his FS1 audience, small though it may be, that Jerry Jones will sell the Dallas Cowboys within the next 2 years. Carton, the New York-based shock jock, may be most famous for his 42-month prison sentence after being convicted of wire and securities fraud, has no background or connection with Jones and the Cowboys, but like Bayless, who has made a career out of pretending he possesses Cowboys insight, knows that discussing America's team can be a career boost. And so here in Las Vegas at Super Bowl week, Carton found a way to do so. It's as clear as day to me that Jerry Jones will sell the Dallas Cowboys within the next 2 years, Carton said.